Hi, everybody. Great to be back with you in our week 4 of our time together and enjoying God 2.0. Anecdotally, I've heard lots of stories from people of how the Spirit of God is using His Word in our hearts and in our lives, and we want to draw close to the Lord. We don't want to be stuck, but we want to enjoy Him and enjoy His love, His joy, His peace. And this last weekend, as you remember, we talked about enjoying God's patience. Now, again, I have to tell you, this is my work area in my own personal life, because I tend to be an impatient person. Just ask my wife. But I'm asking the Lord to do a new and good work in me and in you and in us together. But sometimes we have to learn through the hardest of circumstances and situations. I'm reminded of the story of a pastor who was going to be speaking at a conference in the town next to his. And the morning started badly. His alarm clock didn't wake him up. He had cut his chin shaving, so he was just rushing like crazy to get out of the house. Got out to his car, had a flat tire. Once he got it fixed, he went racing through town, and as he did, he got pulled over by a policeman for speeding. And he was so frustrated, he jumped out of his car and he said, "Just give me a ticket, because I've got to be somewhere." And the police officer walked up to him and said, "You know, I used to be a man just like you until I became a Christian. And God, by His Spirit, is developing His fruit of patience in me." Well, you can imagine how that pastor felt. But this is the way that God teaches us patience. He allows these difficulties to come into our lives so that we can share His patience. It's something that is, again, something that we have to desire, something that we have to pray for, something that has to be developed, something that we have to practice. And you have a lot of questions now that you can dialogue and discuss in your small groups. You can talk about and tell some of the stories of how patience has been developed in you, and maybe some of the times when you've been impatient and what it did and what it cost you, because there's always this cost to being impatient. So I hope that you have a great time. The one thing that we want to do together is draw close to the Lord and enjoy Him, because remember, our enjoyment of God is our foundation for all of our effort for God. And we don't want to get that mixed up. So during the time, whatever it is that you've experienced, as I'm trying to do in my own life, we draw close, we ask the Lord's forgiveness, and ask Him by His Spirit to control us so that we can actually be patient and tolerant towards one another. So enjoy your time. I'll look forward to being back with you next week.